What does that look like? I'll tell you. That's what that looks like. Wearing goggles. Is it style over practicality, or practicality over style? Nobody would wear a pair of goggles to look good. Headlamp protectors are put on not just to protect the headlamps, no, because it's an accessory. And where do you stand on this? I stand on the other side of liking them, because I don't like them. And personally, if this was my car, the first thing I would do would be to take them off. Hello, and let me today present you with probably a rather confusing video. You see, I want to tell you of the progress of Project Derek here, and I need to get this set up, and there's another car over there, Project Derek. Let's do that. Skip to the end of the film because that's where all that bit is, not here. I don't come to PNHQ to do gardening, but he does. Now just look at the amount of dirt these things trap, and that's going to be not even that easy to come off. There, that's better. Rover 25 headlamp guards. I wonder if anybody would like to buy these. I wouldn't. Let me introduce you to this old English white Rover 25 called Project Michael Jackson. And just like Michael Jackson, it's almost white. This Rover 25 I've seen knocking about in Melrose for maybe 2 years, come to think of it, and I was impressed when I saw it because of how tidy the car is. There's barely any marks on it, no dents, no rust. There's a couple of tiny patches, but that's really it. Inside the car, it's all really very clean indeed. The headlining's ever so slightly saggy in places, but we can forgive it for that because it's 21 years and 6 months old. It also has only 36,701 miles on the clock. Impressive, hey? It's a car right at the start of Project Drive, so it's still got the nice dashboard, the wood insert, and the carpet. Yes, an actual carpet. The doors open and close with quite a nice soft sound to them. And then the boots as well. Open up the boot and it's dry. How amazing is that? Close the boot and it sounds nice. Underneath the bonnet, it is all original and solid. It's reasonably clean for just a Rover 25. Wow, what a purchase. Yeah, see, notice that there. And the rear screen seal as well. All the kind of things that they got rid of just to save a bit of money. It also has only 2 owners and drives perfectly. Starts and drives and everything as you'd expect. All very good so far. Of course, at just 36,000 miles, you can guess what's coming next. The head gasket appears to have failed. The car still starts okay, no problem there, and drives around the yard without any clonks or anything. But it is a bit noisy, and having checked the oil, it had quite a bit of coolant in there, and then just a bit of oil in the coolant. I think it's reasonably conclusive that that's probably what's gone wrong with it. But the really good news is, as far as I'm concerned, is this chap just brought it straight here. The car was local. He knew that I'd seen it. I'd spoke to him once on the street about it, and so his first thought was to bring it here to see if I wanted to buy it. And I did, because otherwise It's another car that would have just got scrapped. Now, the only trouble is, I'm not really in a position to actually buy it. But I phoned somebody up who was. And that person is called Senior Mustard. So there we go. I've introduced Senior Mustard into the world of the Rover 25. And apparently he's been thinking about it for a little while. So the car is now in his name. It's paid for. And next week probably we'll be doing the head gasket together. Good day, Michael Jackson. Welcome to Project Nigel headquarters. I am particularly pleased about that car joining the fleet, even though it only really spent 2 hours being my car before it became Senior Mustard's car. It's still going to, oh hang on, who's this? Having seen this car knocking about a couple of years ago in Milnrow, I assumed it was an enthusiast's car, but apparently not. He just happened to pick it up. You don't really know anything about them. It's just good that he happened to know about me, which is because I told him about me. So, but a quick transformation though for a car that was going to go to scrap to coming here to it already having somebody else to look after it. I'm going to call that a successful day. Yes, chalk that one up, matey. And now, on to the perils of Project Derek. This video was made on Monday. All parts of a day's work, I guess. Who'd like to see a film about Derek today? Lots and lots of bits to put back together throughout the car. And that's just the inside. Well, maybe all the screws and necessary clips and things are hidden away in the boot, but I suspect they're not. The interior of this car is not really the major issue though, not yet. More important is this gaping hole there where there should be a filler neck. It's time to test out the rigidity of the jacking point on Derek the Rover 820. It's fine, not sure why, but somebody's put locking nuts on these wheels. Really don't think anybody's going to steal them. I hate locking nuts for the same reason as that anyone's going to hate locking nuts, because the key can be lost. And if the key's lost, then you've got yourself a problem. Now I've got the key, but it's got a locking nut stuck on it, so it's still a problem. Well, I've managed to get it off, and now I've found out what the problem is. Look, it's a bit broken. That's going to cause me even more trouble than you actually would want. Yeah, I can't even get it in the hole because there's sharp edges there that are basically stopping the thing from getting into the recess. Sharp edge there, and there, oh look, and there as well. I'm going to have to grind them off so I've got even a chance. Brilliant. Did it, even with a broken wheel nut key. Now, did you know I've actually got a fuel filler neck for the Rover 800, and here it is. The only trouble is it's got a bit of a hole in the top, so it's going to need some sort of repair on the job. But I thought to take this off just to see how easy it would be to fit. Well, the answer is not that easy. It doesn't seem to line up properly there because some of the pipes are in the way. But regardless, there's another problem here. Yeah, there most definitely is. All of these fuel pipes have been cut. All the fuel lines there, so that the main fuel pipe the main flexi pipe that joins to that, and then all the return pipes and everything have also just been cut everywhere. That means one thing, and one thing only. Yeah, there's a problem. I've got to try and remove all those pipes up there, which will be a bit tricky, which is exactly why they got cut in the first place. Well, as usual, I've kind of made this task much more difficult for myself than I should have done, because the car's facing the wrong way. I can't really get properly underneath it, and I do need to get properly underneath it. I need to be right underneath the back end of it. So I'm going to have to put a wheel back on, turn it around, back it up the ramps. After all the excitement from the other day of getting this running, it's now decided it doesn't really want to go again. It starts, and then it's doing that again. That's strange, but I think it might be that it needs more petrol. I didn't really drive very far in it the other day, but that's exactly what it did before I put the petrol in. So that's a bit frustrating, because all I wanted to do was just turn it around so I could get underneath. Well, now we're on ramps, I can get a better view of how to get to these pipes, and the news isn't good. One of them's just about accessible, or two of them, but then there's another two that go into the top of the tank by the looks of it, and looks like a tank off job after all. Oh dear. I'm gonna have to take the tank off, I really am. The problem is I don't want to take the tank off. That starts to become much more involved. If only they could have been just undone instead of cut off, that would have made my life so much more easy. I could have had that thing fitted by now, probably repaired, fitted, and well, no, I could have done. I would have done. I would have actually had it fitted, I'm sure of it. So far, I'm going into this car, and somebody goes and turns up, don't they?
Hello.
No. To further interrupt my work, Mr. Boaty's turned up to complain about my review of his car. You're not really going to complain, are you?
Well, you could have waited until I finished my cigarette.
He's actually...
don't smoke. It's not big, it's not clever.
He's big,
it's unwise,
and he is clever.
Well, that's why I smoke, to try and stump my growth. If I didn't smoke, I'd be 7'10".
That's going to have to conclude today, because I'm simply running out of time due to having other things going on, having too much conversation with that chap over there. But it doesn't matter, because I can move on to this instead.